We need to talk about giving and receiving. You see, to use the law of attraction well, you need to be comfortable with giving and comfortable with receiving, because they're both equally important, and disrupting either one of these will put you out of the flow of life. So giving of yourself, let's start with that. That is such a powerful thing. Did you know that many people have become quite wealthy by giving? Now, doesn't that sound kind of counterintuitive? Now, most of us are raised all of our lives to think that if you want something, you have to take. But that's actually backwards. If you want to get, you have to give. Okay? The way to get something is not by taking, but by giving. The more you give and you put out freely of yourself and feel good about doing it, the more that you get back to you. Now, just as giving is very important, and there are many books written on this subject, we could go on for days, but I won't. You get the idea. It's important to give. The more you give, the more you get back. That always works. Whenever I've given to someone, I have never regretted it. When I've given to a charity or given of myself, you never think later, damn, I wish I wouldn't have done that. It doesn't work that way. The more you give out into the world and give freely and gladly and feel happy about it, the more you will get back to you. Okay? That's the law of attraction and work, because what you're putting out is what you get back. You're putting out good feelings and happiness and helpfulness, and you will get that back to you in your life. Receiving is also very important to talk about, because here's a good example. Whenever someone offers you something, always accept it. Get yourself used to the idea of graciously accepting what is offered to you, of receiving what is offered. The more you do that, then the more, things will be offered to you. Plus, there's another boost to that. When you receive from someone else, you give them the pleasure, the joy inside of giving to you. It makes them feel good. They've done something for you. If you don't receive what someone offers, you have cut off the flow there, because you have denied them that good feeling of giving to you freely from their own heart. So to stay in the flow, be a giver and be a receiver, and do both easily with a happy heart. Feel good about it. To the extent that you do that, you will see good things magnified in your life. There's a lot of misconceptions about wealth. Money is the root of all evil, that rich people are stingy and greedy and snobs, and money is bad. There's a lot of bad notions about wealth out there in the world, and many of us, like myself, get some of these ideas in their head when we're small children. We begin learning from what we see and hear around us, from the authority figures around us, all of these paradigms, all of these ideas about wealth. But let's challenge a few of them, because I'm going to tell you, the negative ideas that we sometimes get in our head about wealth will keep us from attracting the wealth we want. I personally had to really challenge and go through some of these beliefs that I had deep inside about money before I was ever able to attract money to me. It just wouldn't come. Because if you don't have your state of mind right, the wealth will not follow. It just won't. I saw that myself in my own life for a long time. Because wealth is a mindset. Think about Microsoft's founder, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the wealthiest man in the world. Now, in recent years, he has started the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is a charitable organization that helps thousands, maybe millions of people all over the world. Do you know that Bill Gates recently donated billions of dollars, and that's billions with a B, to help education and needy people all over the world? Billions. Could Bill Gates have done that unless he had achieved great wealth and affluence in his life? Of course not. You see, it's kind of like my dad used to say, my father used to say, a poor man never gave me a job. Think about that. It's the people that do something with their life, that expand their horizons, and that accept great wealth in their life, that are able to give people employment, that are able to pay more taxes to help pave the roads and fund social programs and do a lot of good in the world, to give money to charities, like Bill Gates just has. See, the wealthier you are as a person, the more you can give to people around you, and the less you will be dependent on people around you. So a lot of these old paradigms about wealth are just plain insane, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, but they are. Because the fact is, the better you do in the world, the more successful you are in the world, the more it benefits everyone around you. Your family, your friends, your society, everyone. The universe needs you to be a success, to achieve things, to progress in your life. It needs you to accept this wealth that you are born with. It is your birthright. And it needs you to expand upon that, progress, and grow as a person. Because if you don't expand and grow, the universe doesn't expand and grow. Now that may sound like a bombastic claim, but think about it. You're part of the universe, just as I am and everything else is. And if we all stopped progressing and growing, what's happening to the universe? So, in order for the universe to expand, we have to expand as people. We have to progress. We have to do more, be more, have more. So it's important to break through these limiting beliefs about money. People think that material things are bad. No, they're not. Of course they're not. You can do bad things with them, but the things themselves are good. And if you have a desire for a material thing, then that makes it inherently good. Because what is that desire that you have inside of you? What is that? You ever think about that? That is the spirit of nature, of the universe, of all that is, working through you. It's trying to move you, to excite you, to motivate you, to progress and to expand, to create. You see? So the more success you create in your life, the better it is for everyone. You're not doing anyone a favor if you shun money. What will happen is you will not attract money to you, and you will probably have to rely on other people to help you out, as I did for many years. That's not a good state to be in, because that not only hurts you, it hurts everyone around you, everyone you come in contact with. On the other hand, when you succeed and you're successful, it helps everyone. This is a holistic universe we live in. You're not separate from everything else. Everything is interconnected. So if you don't do well, it negatively impacts your family. It negatively impacts the town you live in. The town you live in affects the state you're in, the country you're in, the world. We have such a small view of ourselves sometimes that it's hard to see that we really do affect the world in this way. But of course we do. It can be no other way. Let's talk about what wealth really is. We've talked about what it's not, all of these crazy assumptions that it's the root of all evil or some other nonsense. No. What wealth is a mindset. It's a state of mind. And wealth is something that you're born with. Not certain people are born with, but that everyone is born with. I was born with tremendous wealth. You see, but it took me many years to understand, to look at the wealth around me and understand that I was very wealthy. I spent much of my life focused on lack and limitation, thinking about things that I didn't have that maybe someone else had. And what I was doing during all those years was attracting more of that lack and limitation to me. So in order to acquire wealth, first you need to get in a wealthy mindset, and that requires you to basically understand the truth about yourself, that you're born wealthy. That's what you are. You have health, you have opportunity, you have life, and you have so much abundance already in your life. You have this stream of well-being that just flows all the time that you can draw from. Understanding that will help you to attract more of it to you. A very important distinction to make is that money is not wealth. Okay? Money is a part of wealth, a good part of it, that benefits a lot of people. The money that I've been able to acquire has benefited not only me, but everyone around me and everyone around them, and so on and so on. I pay a lot more taxes than I used to. I fund social programs that before I probably had to take money from. So me being successful and acquiring wealth has helped the world around me, just as you being successful and acquiring more in your life will help the world around you. But wealth, of course, is not just money. Wealth is abundance. It's abundance of all good. It's abundance of whatever you want. Now, what does the word abundance mean? Abundance means more than you actually have use for, okay? If you need one car to drive to work and you have three, you have an abundance of cars, okay? And abundance is your birthright. It is what you are. It's all around you, and it's good. Now, that's not saying that you have to be in a materialistic state of mind and think that only material things have any value, because that's insanity, okay? But by the same token, you can't think that material things are bad, because they're not, because they're good. They contribute to the life of the world. What wealth really is an abundance of all good, which includes good health, good income, good relationships, good feeling about yourself, happiness, freedom, peace of mind. These things, when you put them all together, they create this thing that we call wealth. No one part of them is any better than the others. Money is not better than health. Anyone who has been sick can tell you that. Relationships are not better than money. Now, that may surprise you somewhat. You may say, well, relationships are more soulful or spiritual than money. No, they're a part of the same thing, you see. They're a part of wealth and abundance in your life. And part of these by itself doesn't really help you. Okay? It's a holistic package. You need all of them. Okay? And that's what wealth is. Wealth is a mindset of an abundance of all good things, of good relationships, of good feelings, of a good income, of a good home, of all the good that you desire. That is what wealth is.